guys, it's Kara, the foodie dietitian. Thank you so much for tuning in to the very first episode of Yogi Eats. As a dietitian, nutritionist, and yoga teacher, I'm really passionate about combining nutrition and yoga as a means to help nourish the body and the mind to achieve a life of holistic happiness. So on today's first episode of Yogi Eats, I'm going to talk about a problem that I think we can all relate to. I think we've all experienced it at one point or another, and that's stress. Yeah, we all experience it on a daily basis, is more like it, right? So we all live in a world that's super busy, that's moving at 1,000,000 miles per minute. We all have to-do lists that span 3 pages worth that seem to never ever end. And we are always connected. We've got cell phones, iPads, Macs, laptops. We're always on. And it's because of that, it's really common to experience stress, anxiety, headaches, just feeling burnt out. So today I'm going to share 2 techniques with you, one nutrition and one yoga based, that help me to keep my nerves in check throughout a busy, stressful week. First, I'll show you the breathing technique called nadi shodhan pranayam, or alternate nostril breathing. And nadi shodhana means clearing pathways, clearing channels, or clearing energy channels. So the thought is, by clearing out our energy channels and removing any energy that's stuck, that in turn helps to calm the mind. So I find nadi shodhana to be very grounding. It's very calming. Helps me to center myself. And the beauty of it is, it only takes a few minutes out of the day. And I think we can all spare a few minutes to take a breath.
To start, find a comfortable seat with your spine tall, your shoulders relaxed. Place your left hand on your left knee, palms facing up towards the sky. With your right hand, place the tip of the index finger and middle finger right in between your eyebrows. Place the ring finger and pinky finger on the left nostril and the thumb on the right nostril. We'll use the ring finger to open and close the left nostril and the thumb for the right nostril. Press your thumb down on the right nostril to close it off and breathe out gently through the left nostril. Now breathe in from the left nostril and press the left nostril gently with your ring finger. Remove the right thumb from the right nostril and breathe out from the right. Breathe in from the right nostril and exhale from the left nostril. Continue inhaling and exhaling from alternate nostrils. And complete 9 more rounds by alternately breathing through both the right and the left nostril. After each exhalation, remember to breathe in from the same nostril from which you exhaled. And when you're first starting out with this practice, only focus on the inhale and the exhale. Don't worry about counting the breath. As you become more advanced, you can work on inhaling for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4, and working your way up toward breath counts of 6 and 8. Always keeping in mind not to force the breath or use too much exertion.
So now that you've practiced nadi shodhana breathing, if you have another few minutes to spare, make yourself a cup of tea. Seriously. Tea, yes. Tea actually is very meditative and calming in and of itself. Just the act of, wrapping your hands around a warm mug of tea and creating that quiet space for yourself, really engaging all of your senses, bringing your face towards the tea, smelling it, taking in the aroma, feeling the steam on the tip of your nose, feeling the warmth on your hands, and really engaging all of your senses. That in and of itself is a very meditative activity. So I think just making yourself a warm cup of tea, preferably one without caffeine, an herbal tea, so that you're not stimulating your nervous system anymore. I got really into herbal teas this winter because there are many herbs that are actually helpful, that have antibacterial properties that can help ward off colds and flu during the flu season during the winter months. So one of the teas that I really enjoy is sage tea. Now I'm sure we've all heard of sage as the culinary herb, right? Delicious paired with butternut squash, in a brown butter sauce. Love using it in the fall and around the holidays. But the dried herb sage has been actually used for centuries. The Greeks, the ancient Greeks, referred to sage as the herb of immortality. And they used sage for its ability to enhance inner wisdom. But seriously, sage has some properties that really help to strengthen the nervous system. So sage actually helps to improve memory and mental acuity, and is known to help relieve tension and anxiety headaches. So I find it really calming. I find sage to be really grounding. If my mind is in a million and one places during the day and I just can't seem to focus and concentrate and I just need to clear my mind, I love making a cup of sage tea. And it's so easy to make. Making sage tea literally takes 10 minutes. All you have to do is take a tablespoon of the dried sage herb, 8 ounces of water, boil the 8 ounces of water on the stovetop, and then I'll usually take that tablespoon of dried sage and put it in a cheesecloth, and I'll let the cheesecloth with the sage inside steep in the boiling water. I'll put a plate over top so it can steep for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'll take the cheesecloth out, I'll squeeze any of the remaining liquid in the sage to make sure all of the good stuff gets out into the tea. And then I'll pour the tea into a mug and it's ready to go. And it literally takes 30 seconds to make, 10 to 15 minutes to steep. And then you have this beautiful, grounding, relaxing cup of tea to enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in to the very first episode of Yogi Eats. I hope you all have a very relaxing and calming week, and we'll see you guys next time.